Hi, I'm Morgan. I'm a senior reporter with PhocusWire, and I'm here in the PhocusWire studio at the Phocuswright Conference. Today I'm joined by James Lever, the CTO of Weeva. Welcome, James.
Hi, thanks, Morgan.
We're so excited to have you here, and we hope you've been enjoying the conference. I'd love to just dive right in. I know Weeva is focused on sustainability. Can you tell me a little bit about the value of sustainability?
Yep. So I think for sustainability, obviously, it can mean very different things to different people. Lots of people see it as an environmental benefit, and they want businesses to improve the environment. But obviously, sustainability is insofar as how is that business structured and how does that business operate? So the diversity of the management of that business is sustainable if it's considered to be diverse, because you've got a lot of difference of opinions. And we also have that cultural sustainability aspect where we want to make sure that the communities around our properties for hospitality are maintained. So there's kind of lots of angles for sustainability, and I think they're all equally important, really. And I think Weeva's quite holistic in all of those aspects.
Okay, so can you give me a little bit of a general idea of what kinds of sustainability Weeva focuses on?
Yeah, so we like to help people on the start of the journey. So we're predominantly positioned at the minute for small to medium size hotels. And they're hotels that may not have a sustainability expert in their organization already. So we start them understanding what they need to do on that user journey. So measuring energy, water and waste, and trying to capture that data and to really understand why they need to do it, when they need to do it, and how. So we're about kind of leveraging that data. So they're like the bare essentials. And then holistically, it's then understanding that community impact, the wider aspect, zero waste considerations, just to really kind of broaden that out. So we are fully holistic, and we can just be a tiny segment of that. But it's just depending on your level of maturity, we can basically incorporate all of those aspects.
Gotcha. Okay. And so I know that you're interested in kind of democratizing access. Can you tell me a little bit about how Weeva does that?
Yeah, so we are really positioned. So we spent a lot of time trying to work out where our financial proposition is. And what we decided is that we would value our service at the price of essentially one sustainability officer for a consultant, for one day. So we have priced our product at about $1,000. And we provide our full platform and our full learning materials.
And is that a one-time fee?
It's an annual fee.
Annual fee,
but you'll access to all of our learning materials, all of our platform, our data collection, and it's available to everyone. So you can make it available to absolutely everybody in your workforce. And we're using generative AI to allow people to really understand those questions and get behind it. Because I think everybody in the organization really needs to understand why they're doing this piece. Why are we trying not to offer plastic bottles, right? And why are we refilling these things? And I think if the entire business can get behind that, then they can be more successful in doing it.
Got it. That makes sense. So with all the data collection you're doing, how are you working to use that for action as opposed to just reporting? Yeah.
So we're really about setting realistic targets every month. Rather than kind of looking this as a thing for data collection. So a lot of businesses at the minute and certifications really are based around disclosure at the end of a year. And they're for a yearly period. And often they're not actually making any real difference because it's just disclosure. We're looking at it retrospectively. What we are trying to do is close that gap where you're looking at it more like a fitness app. And so we're really driving that change by sending nudges to say, it's actually, you haven't given us data this month. Please, can you give us some data? And then we're saying, okay, well, your data this month is a little bit higher than last month, but your occupancy is lower. So something's gone wrong with your electricity or your water use. And actually, we can then say, hey, there's a water leak probably. And actually, if you check that out, you could save money by not paying the water that could be being wasted.
Interesting. So it's really even more than sustainability. You're able to pinpoint pain points for your clients. That's really fascinating. So with generative AI in mind, can you tell me a little bit about any risks that you're facing at Weeva and how you're addressing those?
Yeah. So our generative AI is built upon our own large language models and based upon our data. we did look at using public data for standard GPT data, but we were actually quite concerned about hallucinations and data security. So we've actually built it on top of Microsoft's Copilot engine, which is called Semantic Kernel, which really protects people's data and doesn't expose their data into a GPT model. So we spent a lot of time working out how we manage that, because data security is a really big concern, and we want to make sure that we don't expose any data incorrectly to any GPT models to be trained on.
Got it. Good to know. So as we wrap up here, we're running a little short on time. I'd love if you could tell me a little bit about, your priorities for 2024 or any challenges that you see upcoming and how you plan to address those.
Yeah, so our priorities really is to help people on that journey, really, and to help predict and understand where people are. I think a lot of businesses understand the need for sustainability, but they don't really know what they should be striving towards.
Right.
So we're leveraging machine learning to work out what you should be striving towards. So you're not setting your own target. We're telling you what we believe a good target should be. And I think that's a really big driver in what we can add to add value, because just collecting your data using Excel really only tells you your data.
Right.
And what we want to try to say is, with the Weeva community data, this is where you should be striving towards.
Okay, so that manages expectations and gives a goal that maybe is a little bit more attainable.
Yeah, some real goals rather than kind of just a tap on the back for doing it, right?
Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for being with us today. We're so glad to learn more about Weeva, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
No worries. Thank you very much, Morgan.
Thank you.
All right, cheers.